This week we will be studying the extracorporeal assistance in performance and extracorporeal therapies. After this week, you will know the character meanings used for Section 6, extracorporeal assistance in performance, and for Section 7, extracorporeal therapies of ICD-10 PCS. You'll also understand the root operations used with these two sections. You will be able to list the body system values in these sections, and you will be able to identify the duration, function, and qualifiers used in these sections. You will also be able to code procedures from the extracorporeal assistance in performance and extracorporeal therapy sections of ICD-10 PCS. The sections titled Extracorporeal Assistance in Performance and Extracorporeal Therapies are the 6th and 7th sections found in ICD-10 PCS. Codes in the Extracorporeal Assistance in Performance section report procedures in which a physiological or physical function is performed by equipment outside the body. Codes in the extracorporeal therapy section report procedures in which equipment is used for therapy. The term extracorporeal means something that is outside of the body. The Character 1 value for the extracorporeal assistance in performance section is 5. The second character value for body system in the extracorporeal assistance and performance section is A for physiological system. This is the only second position value for these tables. There are 3 root operations for the extracorporeal assistance in performance section of ICD-10 PCS. You have assistance, which has a value of 0. The definition of assistance is taking over a portion of a physiological function by extracorporeal means. The second root operation is performance, which has a value of 1. The definition is completely taking over a physiological function by extracorporeal means. And the last root operation is restoration, which has a value of 2. Returning or attempting to return a physiological function to its natural state by extracorporeal means. In the extracorporeal therapy section, the tables have similar characters as they do in this section. However, the root operations have different values. Character 4, the body system, in the extracorporeal assistance and performance section, identifies the body system in which the assistance is occurring. You have cardiac, which has a value of 2, circulatory, which has a value of 5, respiratory, which has a value of 9, biliary, which has a value of C, urinary, which has a value of Z. The 5th character identifies the duration of the procedure. The durations are single, intermittent, continuous, less than 24 consecutive hours, 24 to 96 consecutive hours, greater than 96 consecutive hours, or multiple. For the extracorporeal assistance and performance section, the 6th character indicates the physiological function assisted or performed during the procedure. Functions include filtration, output, oxygenation, pacing, rhythm, and ventilation. If a device used for measurement and monitoring is inserted and left in the body, then the insertion of the device is coded as a separate procedure. For the extracorporeal assistance and performance section, the qualifier value specifies the type of equipment used. Reference table 5A0, 5A1, and 5A2 for the specific values. The seventh section within ICD-10 PCS is the extracorporeal therapies section. The character 1 value for the extracorporeal assistance and performance section is 6. The value of character 2, body system, has only one value for the extracorporeal therapy section, and that is the value of A, indicating physiological system. There are 10 root operations for the extracorporeal therapy section of ICD-10 PCS. You have atmospheric control, which has a value of 0. You have decompression, which has a value of 1. You have electromagnetic therapy, which has a value of 2. Hypothermia, which has a value of 3. Hypothermia, which has a value of 4. Pheresis, which has a value of 5. Phototherapy, which has a value of 6. Ultrasound therapy, which has a value of 7. Ultraviolet light therapy, which has a value of 8. Shockwave therapy, which has a value of 9. And it is important that the coder knows the definition for each one of these different root operations. The fourth character values in the extracorporeal therapy section identifies the body system in which the therapy is performed. You have skin, which has a value of 0, urinary, which has a value of 1, central nervous, which has a value of 2, musculoskeletal, which has a value of 3, circulatory, which has a value of 5, and none that has a value of Z. Reference tables 6A0 through 6A9 in the ICD-10 PCS manual to determine the values relevant to each situation. It is important that you pay close attention to the documentation for proper character value assignment. The fifth character specifies duration, and this is the duration of the procedure. The two values are 0 for single and 1 for multiple. Character 6 is not specified for extracorporeal therapies and always has a value of Z. For the seventh character, or the qualifier, the seventh character is Z for all the tables in this section except for the root operation of pheresis and ultrasound therapy. For ultrasound therapy and pheresis, the seventh character is used to specify the blood component on which pheresis is performed or the anatomical structure on which ultrasound therapy is performed. Let's go over some key points to remember. For the extracorporeal assistance and performance section, the root operation restoration contains a single procedure code that identifies extracorporeal cardioversion. In the extracorporeal therapy section, equipment outside the body is used for a therapeutic purpose that does not involve the assistance or performance of a physiological function. Let's do a coding exercise. Please select the code for the following: mechanical ventilation, 18 hours. The correct answer is 5A1935Z. 5 for the extracorporeal assistance in performance, A for physiological system, 1 for performance, 9 for respiratory, 3 for less than 24 consecutive hours, 5 for ventilation, and Z for none. I hope you were successful in finding that code.